Lucado wrote a book that illustrates that concept, and it's a story that we're going to present for you now, and I will read it for you as, I hope they're ready as we begin. A long time ago, in a land much like your own, there was a village. And in the village lived 5 orphans. One day a king learned of their misfortune and decided to adopt them. When the children learned they had a new father and he was a king, they set to work to impress them. One boy, who knew how to carve, determined to build the king a perfect gift. He set his tools against the wood and began to create. His sister chose her athletic ability to impress the king, and for long hours she perfected her routines. Her brother decided to use his music as a way to impress the king, and for days he practiced his clarinet. Even the townspeople would gather to listen. Yet another child set out to turn the king's head with her wisdom. Late hours would find her studying geography, mathematics, chemistry. But the youngest girl felt she had nothing to offer. Her hands were clumsy with any tools. She was too dull to read, and she felt she had no talent. She instead spent her time at the city gates, greeting people. She would lend a hand, feeding the animals when she could, but she was anxious that she did not have a real gift to offer the king. So she went to her sister, the academic, asked her to teach her to read, but she was so engrossed in her reading that she didn't want to be disturbed. Next, she went to her brother, the musician, but he was so enthralled in his own playing that he could not hear or even see her. She went to seek out her sister, the gymnast, but she tripped clumsily in her attempts. Heavy-hearted, she turned away and took a small knife to her brother, the carver, and asked him to teach her, but he pushed her aside. And so the girl went sorrowfully to her place at the city gates. After some days, a young girl noticed there was a man in merchant's dress coming to the village. The young orphan jumped to her feet to help him with his pack. She gave him a drink of water. She noticed that he looked so discouraged.
Why are you so sad?
The people I were looking for were too busy for me.
The girl's eyes widened.
You are the king?
Yes, would you like to come to the castle with me?
And so it happened that the children with many talents, but no time for what was the most important, missed the king, while the girl, whose heart was pure and simple, became his child.